Hello everyone, Absent Friend here, and we're back with our next Disney Villainous Advanced Strategy Guide. Today's villain is Captain Hook, so stick around and check it out. Remember, thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell to be alerted when new episodes are available. And here we are at the game table with Captain Hook. All right, so let's look at some advanced strategies for this guy. So, the easiest thing is, of course, getting all the allies, as many allies as possible, to the Jolly Roger. So anytime you have an ally, just go ahead and play it. Whomever it is, get them all at the Jolly Roger. The more you have there, the easier things will be. Except for one ally, and that's the boarding party. Put all of them at Skull Rock. That gives them not only the best vantage point for Jolly Roger, but it gives them the best vantage point for Skull Rock and Mermaid Lagoon in case you have a hero that's taunted and you have to take care of them immediately. The cutlasses. It's best to put them, there's another swashbuckler. It's best to put them on the boarding party because, again, you may need them to take out taunted heroes. So I always put them on the boarding parties. I mean, otherwise I just put them on the swashbuckler, but that's only for this space and only for those heroes. So anyway, but you'll have plenty of strength. Over here, they still get the same strength, but it carries across 3 locations rather than just 1. So cutlasses on the boarding parties. All right, so let's see. So what is this total strength? If we had all these allies out, we have 4, 8, 10, 12, 16 because he's 4 at the Jolly Roger, and 18, and 4, so that's 22, 26, and 28. So 28 total strength it can be at the Jolly Roger. So get all those allies out there as quickly as possible. Now, should you play them anywhere else? No. And I'll explain why in a minute. Okay, so we're done with the allies. We all know that they're going to be there, so just imagine them there for a second. Let's talk about this card for a second. This card, of course, will help you find Peter Pan quickly. And of course get you free power, which is always a good thing, but it could also get you heroes that you don't want. So if you do play this card, it just depends on I would much rather play this card. This is almost like Yzma, where you have the After Them card, which reveals all those fate cards in one fate deck, which gets you, but you have to play all the heroes no matter what. But Give Them a Scare is kind of like Eavesdrop, where you can just look to see. So I prefer this over this if I have an option. But at the same time, especially if it's early in the game and I need to cycle my deck because I have to find that map. That's another thing. You've got to cycle your deck and find the map. So you really want to build up power quickly. So, but that's difficult with Hook. So using this is probably a good idea early game. But once Peter Pan is found, never play it again. All right, so, but yeah, it's a much better idea to just look and no. And there's a few times that you can play it. Look and no, okay? So you just do that. And then if you do come across Peter Pan, just put him right back on top. And if you're playing against other smart players, they'll know why you did that. And they may not be tempted to fate you anymore, unless they're not paying attention, which is also a good thing. Anyway, but you have to get to that Peter Pan. If you don't, if he's stuck in the fate deck forever, you're never going to win. And he only has one fate action available to him until he finds that map. So cycle the deck and get that map as quickly as possible. You can discard here and here, but smart players will probably block that. So anyway, any heroes that you do find with the worthy opponent, put them here. This is really the best place that they can be and out of the way. Kind of like Eric's ships. And Ursula's Realm, Skull Rock is pretty much your hero party location for Captain Hook. Stand up. Too much ale. Okay, so let's talk about items. All right, so the Hook's case. If you have for some odd reason a surplus of power to play it, play it. I would always play it. You could spread them around. If you play it here, that one is, or here, these ones are always available. They cannot be blocked. But there's also something to be said about playing them all here so that you can get 5 power from one location. That would be pretty amazing. The cannons, I play them here and here. Okay, let's pretend that we've already unlocked this. Okay, so I play them there so I can stay away from the Jolly Roger if TikTok is there or somebody else is there, and I can just vanquish here back and forth between these two locations, and I can vanquish every turn if I have to, if there's several people taunted or something. All right, so the conditions, his conditions are so difficult to get off, especially this one. There are not a lot of heroes that are 4+ in strength, and even if there are, there's really very rarely opportunities for other villains to vanquish them. More than likely, smart villainous players will not want to vanquish these strong heroes because they're just going to come back into the mix and mess things up for them, so they just kind of keep them there. The only one that maybe this might be good for is maybe Syndrome, because he has to defeat heroes to win. Trying to think of who else. Yeah, Syndrome is the only one that comes to mind, because I keep thinking of other ones who, I guess, Mother Gothel, because sometimes she has to defeat Rapunzel to get her back to the tower, but she doesn't really have to. So Syndrome is really the only person I can think of where you have to defeat a hero to win the game, and many heroes. So that might be useful, but again, I just cycle and get rid of it. This one, again, a lot of people don't have strong allies, unless you're playing Yzma, Ursula. Who else? There's really not a lot of strong allies out there that are played much. So again, if you can use it, use it. If not, no. So this guy is very handy. I forgot about him in the ally. Play him here, so he can move Peter Pan here, or just Peter Pan anywhere. He doesn't even have to be played here. You just play him here, and oh no, it has to be his location. So play him wherever Peter Pan is, so he can move Peter Pan closer to Jolly Roger. Okay, so he's not going to be able to be used in a vanquish action against Peter Pan, but that's okay. But that's why I didn't include him in the ally mix, because he's a special ally who isn't really used for vanquishing. This effect, no, not unless you're about to take out Peter Pan and you have just enough and you need a little boost that turn, fine. All right, the ingenious device, I'm kind of torn on this one. I like to play it here, but I also like to play it here. Fortunately, with this space, if this is not covered, you can move it back and forth. So you could actually move a hero while it's here, okay? And then move that hero. And then you could actually, with this action, and then with this action, you can move it over here. And then on your next turn, go over here and move a hero twice, or move 2 different heroes, or whatever you want. And then when you go back over here, you can move it back and do it again. So you can use this item, or you can move heroes almost every turn. Really, if you keep this open and you do what I just told you, move a hero, move it over, go over here, move a hero twice, and then on your next turn, go over here, move it back, move a hero. So you could really move heroes a lot. So heroes blocking spaces for Captain Hook, as long as you, even without this, even if you just had that, it's still pretty good. Okay, so remember, try to move all the heroes that are in your way here. Including taunted ones. All right, the only one that needs to be over here is Peter Pan. If anybody else gets played here, move them over if you can while you're waiting for Peter Pan, or trying to get things out. As far as this goes, once it's out, of course, use it, and then discard it to get the free item out. Any free item that you can get More obviously the ingenious device. Now, of course, Fators will want to get rid of that once they see it, but you know, you gotta use it. You can't anticipate what the Fators are gonna do. Okay, so I already talked about his cases. Okay, so that's pretty much it on his villain side. So if you want to win as Captain Hook, really just get to that map quickly and use the fade action here, okay? And don't worry about this spot. If TikTok is here or any others that cause you harm here, if you were going to go ahead to this spot, you were probably going here to discard and fate anyway, right? Okay, so if TikTok is there, he's going to make you discard anyway. So no big deal, right? I don't like to have TikTok any other places. So move him quickly. All right, so if heroes get played here, cover your fate action, because this is the only place you'll be able to fate unless you are desperate and need to go here. But this will always be available as well to fate, even though they try to cover it. Okay, so if I have a hero there, let's say it's the Lost Boys, and let's say they're taunted. Let's put my little plan into action here. Let's taunt them, because if the Faders are smart, they're going to taunt the Lost Boys. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so they put them over there, and of course, if you're a smart Captain Hook, all of your allies are, where'd they all go? Here we go. Here, and here, and so on, and yeah. Okay, so let's say you got all that. I know I'm probably stretching it off the screen a bit, but you know what I mean. Anyway, lots of allies. Okay, all right. So we're going to move here. We have our genius device that'll move the Lost Boys. Actually, okay. So here's where we kind of throw a wrench in things. I didn't think about this, and I'm sorry. If you move them first, you're gonna block the move action, so you won't be able to move this, and that's okay. So because you can still move them, you can still move when you go over here, and then they'll move again. Okay, and then you can take them out, or you can take them out here, or you can take them out right now with the cannon. If you have the cannon in place in these two locations, you can take them out as soon as they hit Mermaid Lagoon. So it's your choice. You'll have to use 2 allies, and it'll have to be 2 of the boarding parties. But again, that's not terrible, because of course the taunted heroes have to be defeated before Peter Pan can be defeated anyway. So there you go. But let's say that they play them there, and you want to fate somebody. Well, just move here, move them off your fate action, and it's available. So as I said, this will never not be covered. Even if they do cover it, go over there and move that hero immediately. So that way, and if they play it again, then hopefully your genius device is out and you can move them again. So use those strategies to help you keep heroes off your spaces and just move everybody here. Okay? Because these two are the least objectionable location to have your heroes at. Okay. So that's pretty much a good advanced strategies for Captain Hook and to play him. Now let's talk about advanced strategies on how to stop them. Because if you're playing against somebody who is very smart at the game and knows what they're doing, they're probably going to win with Captain Hook pretty quickly. Remember, Captain Hook does not have to start his turn. All he has to do is defeat Peter Pan. All right, so as I said before, Lost Boys, cover up that action. Don't bother with this, unless you want to move Captain Hook a certain way. I hate to say save the pixie dust for Peter Pan, but if he's not out yet, and you have pixie dust, go ahead and put them on the Lost Boys, make them stronger, or any other taunted villain. Taunting TikTok is a good idea. I always put TikTok either there or there, depending on the situation, because Captain Hook is going to go one of these 2 places at some point, especially here. Or you could play TikTok there, because he's going to go here to try to move him off that fate location. Excuse me. And he'll have to discard his hand once he goes there anyway. So at least you get a little bit of action from TikTok before things happen. As far as the items go, discard that ingenious device first, because you saw how powerful it was, and then discard a cannon. Whichever, if he has both cannons out, just discard one of them. Okay, don't worry about the cutlasses. I mean, if you draw this and the only thing out there is a cutlass, get rid of it. But you know, as far as the heroes go on the Fate side, just play them all. Just cover up as much stuff as possible, taunt as much as possible, whatever you can do to just make his life miserable and keep him busy, not doing his actions. I mean, look how many play card actions are covered. Well, not actually, I take that back. He can still play card in every spot except here. So, but if he's going there, he's probably going there to discard a Fate anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, you just want those allies out because they also add strength to others. They take away from the objective for something or the other. And so, you know, Pixie Dust, save for Peter Pan, obviously. I wish there was a way that you can move Peter Pan back, kind of like in the Queen of Hearts. You could move allies away, or in Lady Tremaine, you can move the allies back to the beginning and start over. The Titans and Hades. But anyway, so as far as the heroes go, just play as many as you can. Do you want to play them before Peter Pan comes out? It depends. I mean, really, if you accidentally have to put Peter Pan out and it's still locked, it's still locked. You can't do anything about it. The only problem is you can't put anything on Peter Pan once he's out. But, you know, maybe it's one of those instances where his Neverland map is at the bottom of his deck, and if he's not really cycling it, it'll be a while before he gets to it. So it just depends on how Captain Hook is playing the game. But as far as, like I said, with fading him goes, play heroes, taunt them, and pixie dust them. The pixie dust the ones that are taunted, or pixie dust Peter Pan. One of the two. But get those heroes out there so you can play those taunts. Because you don't want to wait until Peter Pan comes out and then start fading them, because by then it's probably too late. So really, just I would fade him constantly, and just even if Peter Pan does come out, it doesn't matter. Just keep fading him. Keep those items away. Keep those allies away. Whatever you got to do. So hopefully that will help you guys a little bit and take your game to the next level with Captain Hook. I've had some good experiences with him. He is probably one of my favorites to play in the original box. Any villain where I don't have to start my turn to win, I'm already happy. But you guys know that. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for coming and watching. And if you have any of your own advanced strategies that you want to share, I would love to see them in the comments. Please share them with me. I love learning new strategies or things that I may not have thought of before. So y'all take care out there. This is your absent friend, signing off.